Greetings, exalted ones.
You are no match for me.
Hey guys, welcome back to another Killstreak breakdown video. This is a 71 Yoda Killstreak I got on Naboo. In case you didn't see yesterday's video, this game was pretty much straight after the Dooku Killstreak that I broke down yesterday for you guys. So they're pretty much consecutive games. So pretty much the same lobby, unless particular people left, which I don't really remember at this point. But I was pretty happy to get two consecutive kill streaks in a row and on the same map, so at least you guys will get an idea of the best way to attack and defend maps successfully. I did, in case you guys have follow my videos pretty closely, I did get a Yoda streak relatively recently on this same map. It's a very similar number, just a few kills more. I will link that in the description in case you guys kind of want to compare what I did or notice any similarities and that type of thing. Both games do go into phase 3, so I guess there will be some similarities and stuff, especially on a defending map, on a defending team as well. So I'll link that, and I'll link the Dooku killstreak that I broke down yesterday, as this literally just was the game before this one started. So enough about that in the intro, so let's get into the breakdown. We've started pretty well, getting a few kills. Just really got to watch Palpatine. Thankfully he's getting nerfed relatively soon, like next week technically, because or within a few days maybe, I'm not too sure yet. But nevertheless, Palpatine can still be a threat to you, but thankfully Yoda's a pretty good counter to him, providing you play smart against him. So obviously, as I said in the Dooku killstreak breakdown yesterday, obviously one thing you really want to do is take this phase as an opportunity to get as many kills as you can, because you can't do much with the objective on this one, because only normal classes can impact the disruptors. If I was a blaster hero, however, I could actually shoot the MTT with them, but because I'm a lightsaber, I can only do so much. So I just try and look for anyone to kill, switch between the sides of them, different sides of the map. I was trying to let him roll there, but I didn't quite get the dash right. Yeah, there we go. I was waiting for him to roll there. If you ever do get a split second and you're versing one person, waiting for them to roll is a really good way to kill them. It saves you from swing spamming. So I did get a bit sidetracked, but that is a good point to note. So obviously, as I said, what you want to do in this type of phase is get as many kills as you can, but obviously keeping your health up, because most likely the enemy team does push through the phase 2. So if you want to give your team the best chance to defend, you'd want to stay alive, especially with someone like Yoda who can really change the course of the battle. So I was just waiting for Dooku to make a move in case I could parry him. But you've got to be very careful if you try and parry his duelist. You've got to be very careful, even if you let him knock you down like that, which is what he just did there. I did get very lucky to escape this though, so honestly, it's a miracle I even get the killstreak I did, because, you know, I got really lucky there. But even if you don't get the biggest kill streak, at least trying to make yourself a presence against the other heroes is important, because odds are they'll go for you as well. But as I said before, try and just actually survive, regardless of how many kills you can get in this phase alone. Push you in good stead, because a hero can change the tide of a defensive battle, like when you're defending. So that's another thing to keep in mind. But obviously, since I've lost a lot of health now, I play a little cautiously, but thanks to my size, I'm able to maneuver around the map a little bit easier without getting shot. Do be careful when crossing over there, because the MTT can shoot you, even if no one's in it, because, you know, AI. So at this point, I'm just looking for a few to pick off. I'll try and attack while I've activated presence, so I have that tiny little bit of bonus health while I go in. Because Yoda's so small, he can be very good to flank droids, and obviously he can walk under here. I was careful though, because you can still take damage under here. So I just did a sneaky little charge unleash there. In case people didn't know this, you can actually use his unleash while you do like a dash attack or something, to kind of skip out of the animation. Instead of you being standing on the spot using your presence, you kind of just do his dash attack and then activate it, as you would have seen me do just before. So obviously I'm just keeping an eye on the MTT, just watching my health and the minimap, especially because, you know, Palpatine and Dooku are a very dangerous combo. In fact, any hero can kill you if you're not careful. So obviously, when you're on the defensive team, you've got to keep an eye on when you have to actually push back. So A good indication is obviously where the MTT is on the map. Is a good idea of whether you've pushed up too far or not. Because if you're too far behind it, then it says fall back. You're gonna have to run back. So, especially when the phase ends, you don't want to be stuck running all the way back to this area. That's another thing. So that's why now that I'm back there and the phase is almost over, I'm just staying pretty close to the area. Just kill a few I can kill. Slowly get my health back. See, I did that presence thing again during the dash. I knew Kylo was behind me, but Anakin was fending him off pretty well. One thing that can be really handy too when you knock someone over like that is like doing a jump attack and then a swing. Obviously, depending on how far away they are from you when you do that, and obviously how quick the hero's swing animations are, sometimes it can work. It's really good though because it kind of puts them off guard because they're pretty much almost dead before they can even get up and roll, before they can pretty much react to you. I was a bit shocked there because Dooku actually should have been knocked over, so and when you hear the clones say that, that's pretty much when you have to go back into the throne room here, or at least this little area, and right at the middle there where that door normally is, debris obviously falls down when the MTT shoots it. Don't stand out there when that happens because it can kill you from it. So that's why you got to already either be inside or be in these little hallways when the phase ends. Like pretty much be there to be ready. Obviously, depending on what the enemy team's like, sometimes you can either spawn trap them on the stairs or sort of spawn trap them. Like they spawn a bit further behind it, but you just keep going up the stairs. But you got to be careful too because overextending can get you killed. But also at the same time, enemies can quickly sneak past you. So as it's already happened here, they're already starting to take one of the rooms, so I quickly realised this and I start to head back. Just get a few hits on him to stop his health regen. Obviously, as you will see in a minute, even if you can't hold the team off, don't sacrifice your life if you don't have to. So like for example, if they have like 60 tickets left and they're about to cap it, like you don't have to risk your life just to go back in because it's not gonna it's not like a win or lose overtime situation sort of thing. So, which I will touch on that in a second though. But at the moment, I could tell they're pretty aggressive with pushing, so I was pretty much just trying to stall as best I can. Ray's insight was helping here. Just looking for anyone to pick off. Thankfully, Palpatine was weak. I did try to get him here, but I kind of had to let him go. I do let him go in a minute. Do I let him go? Actually, yeah, I think now I do. Last thing I want is to overextend that. And as I said before, they were pushing pretty well, so I was trying to make sure they didn't cap it too quick, because if you would have seen in my Dooku streak, we actually capped it pretty quickly. One thing too, you want to be very careful when you're charging up Yoda's Unleash, is you got to be careful when you actually begin to push it, like use his Unleash ability itself after it's charged. Is because like you might not get all of them and they can still shoot you, sort of thing. And obviously, you got to, when you're against Palpatine, you got to watch that stun. If he stuns you like that during when you're surrounded, you pretty much gets you killed. Yes, where are we? So my health's sitting okay. The presence really helps you though with Yoda. There is a star card that helps you recover some of the health you actually used with presence. So what I'm trying to do here is obviously trying to stall them a little bit. I could tell pretty quickly they were going to cap it very soon. So I was just trying to stall them, kill anyone around the objective. Probably by the time I killed this guy, they nearly half capped it. So I do try again, but as I said, I don't stay in there because no need to sacrifice yourself if you don't need to, because they've still got 50 tickets. So right now I've lost a bit of health. I can see they're going to cap it, so I go straight in. So that door right there, once they fully cap it, the door shuts. So if you're on the other side, you can't get back. So you're pretty much dead if that happens. In a similar Yoda streak I got in this map a while ago, that happened to Gilbertron, unfortunately. The door just closed as he was about to run in, so don't make that mistake. But yeah, so obviously, as I said, don't sacrifice yourself if you don't need to. And I realised since I was Yoda, I had a really good chance to help my team defend this successfully. So that was my mindset pretty quickly. I'm like, if I can stay alive, I can pretty much help my team defend this throne room. It's a pretty hard choke point, and even just having your teammates overhealed kind of makes it harder for the enemy anyway. Which means it'll take people like Palpatine and Vader a few seconds longer to actually kill you, like your team. and that split second could be all it takes for them to lose all their health. So just little things like that. So I thought we had a pretty good chance here. So when you're on the defensive, you don't want to be too defensive, because as you can see, I'm pushed up pretty far up. Instead of waiting right at the objective, I'll try and be pushed up, because the last thing you want is pretty much just to let them pretty much walk their way up to the actual objective area there. You want to try and push them back and stall them as best you can before they actually start to get a foothold on the objectives, because if they get too good of a foothold, it's hard to get back in that room sometimes without getting spawn trapped. So thankfully, having a Ray on your team is pretty good with the insight. So she's able to provide good, and she actually helped me out pretty good there against those heroes. Thankfully, what I was actually trying to protect her there by blocking in front of her. I think she just survived that, quite fortunately. There must have been a brief time lapse there, but actually, because of Yoda's size, it's pretty well to recover health if you play it smart. So I'm pretty much at full health at the moment. Pretty much, if I die, it's pretty much on me at this point. What I'm trying to do is, obviously, the heroes are the enemy's best chance to actually push the objective. So if I see one pushing up, I'll go for them. Not being a sweat and targeting them, but if they're there, I'm going to go for them. Like, if there's a hero on the other team, what are you supposed to do? Just let them cap the objective or anything like that, or get a massive kill streak, for example. So I make sure I kill them, stop them pushing. I forgot to mention the star cards I use for Yoda. I use a minimum area of effect for his unleash is increased range of area of effect with I'm not wording that very well. So with his unleash, when it's not charged up, the minimum AOE is larger. So when it's not charged and I use it, I've got more range, sort of thing. I've got 3 dashes for his dash attack, and presence gives me extra health, bonus health. So that's what I've got. Because when I was fighting some droids on the stairways, so like using a few dashes while getting a few swings in, so like what you saw me do before, I might do it. Do I do it now? No, I don't. Like one thing I did, like after killing one, I do a dash and then I dash back to where I came from, because it pretty much keeps me on the move, sort of thing. So in case you guys don't know, when you're charging Yoda's Unleashed, there's like a blue line that goes around the ability, the outside of the ability icon. It's blue, so when you see me charge it up, you'll see it. So when it's fully charged, that's when you can use it. So he can block like things from like Palpatine's lightning, force abilities to like blaster bolts, but anything explosive he can't block. So just keep that in mind as well. Just trying to help those newer players, because there have been a lot more of them lately. Yeah, so you would have seen it just then, my Unleash being charged up. Didn't quite get anyone, but you get the gist of it being charged up. So as I said before, Ray's Insight's pretty helpful here. It gives me the jump on the enemies, and because of my small size, I'm already pretty hard to hit. So I'm pretty much just trying to push them back as best I can here. Realizing that we're pretty close, they're pretty much almost out of tickets. Getting them as far pushed back from the objective as I can means it'll be easier for us to slowly push them back when it's overtime, and we'll get the win after that. Which is exactly what we did there. So they didn't get to have an overtime, which led us to that win. So hopefully that gives you guys a bit of idea how to defend, especially on a map like Naboo, which has some pretty interesting objectives. Well, I couldn't think of a better word, but yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll link the other Yoda streak and yesterday's breakdown in the description. Hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
The Sith are all powerful.